Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Avenge the children of Israel on the Midianites. Afterward you shall be gathered to your people." Moses spoke to the people, saying, "Arm men from among you for war, that they may go against Midian, to execute Yahweh's vengeance on Midian. You shall send 1,000 out of every tribe, throughout all the tribes of Israel, to the war." So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 from every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. Moses sent them, 1,000 of every tribe, to the war, with Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priests, to the war, with the vessels of the sanctuary and the trumpets for the alarm in his hand. They fought against Midian, as Yahweh commanded Moses. They killed every male. They killed the kings of Midian, with the rest of their slain, Evi, Rekem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam, the son of Beazor, with the sword. The children of Israel took the women of Midian capture, with their little ones, and all their livestock, all their flock, and all their goods they took as plunder. All their cities in the places which they lived, and all their encampments they burned with fire. They took all the captives and all the plunder, both of men and of animal. They brought the captives with the prey and the plunder to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the congregation of the children of Israel, to the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan at Jericho. Moses and Eleazar the priest, with all the princes of the congregation, went out to meet them outside of the camp. Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the captains of thousands and the captains of hundreds, who came from the service of war. Moses said to them, "Have you saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to commit trespass against Yahweh in the matter of Peor, and so the plague was among the congregation of Yahweh. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the girls who have not known man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. Encamp outside the camp for 7 days. Whoever has killed any person, and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourselves on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, you and your captives. You shall purify every garment, and all that is made of skin, and all the works of goat's hair, and all things made of wood." Eleazar the priest said to the men of war who went into battle, "This is the statute of the law which Yahweh had commanded Moses. However, the gold and the silver and the bronze, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that may withstand the fire, you shall make go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water for impurity. All that doesn't withstand the fire you shall make to go through the water. You shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and you shall be clean. Afterward you shall come into the camp." Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Count the plunder that was taken, both of man and of animal, you and Eleazar the priest, and the heads of the father's household of the congregation, and divide the plunder into 2 parts, between the men skilled in war who went out to battle, and all the congregation. Levi attribute to Yahweh of the men of war who went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, of the persons, of cattle, of the donkeys, and of the flocks. Take from it their half, and give it to Eleazar the priest for Yahweh's wave offering. Of the children of Israel's half you shall take 1 drawn out of every 50, of the persons of the cattle, of the donkey, and of the flocks, of all the livestock, and give them to the Levites who perform the duty of Yahweh's tabernacle." Moses and Eleazar the priest did as Yahweh commanded Moses. Now the plunder over and above the booty which the men took of war was 675,000 sheep, 72,000 head of cattle, 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 persons in all, of the women who had not known man by lying with him. The half which was the portion of those who went out to war was in number 337,500 sheep. And Yahweh's tribute of the sheep was 675. The cattle were 36,000, of which Yahweh's tribute was 72. The donkeys were 37,500, of which Yahweh's tribute was 61. The persons were 60,000, of whom Yahweh's tribute was 32 persons. Moses gave the tribute, which was Yahweh's wave offering, to Eleazar the priest, as Yahweh commanded Moses. Of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided off from the men who fought, now the congregation's half was 337,500 sheep, 36,000 head of cattle, 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 persons. Even of the children of Israel's half, Moses took one drawn out of every 50, both of man and of animal, and gave them to the Levites, who performed the duty of Yahweh's tabernacle, as Yahweh commanded Moses. The officers who were over the thousands of the army, the captain of thousands, and the captains of hundreds came near to Moses. They said to Moses, "Your servants have taken the sum of men of war who are under our command, and there lacks not one man of us. We have brought Yahweh's offering, what every man found, gold ornaments, armlets, bracelets, signet rings, earrings, and necklaces, to make atonement for our souls before Yahweh." Moses and Eleazar the priest took their gold, even all the worked jewels, all the gold of the wave offering that they offered up to Yahweh, of the captains of thousands and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. The men of war had taken booty, every man for himself. Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tent of meeting, for a memorial to the children of Israel before Yahweh. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of livestock. They saw the land of Jezar and the land of Gilead, and behold, the place was a place for livestock. Then the children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spoke to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the children of the congregation, saying, "Ataroth, Dibon, Jazar, Nimrah, Heshbon, Eleazar, Seba, Nemu, and Beon. The land which Yahweh struck before the congregation of Israel is a land for livestock, and your servants have livestock." They said, "If we have found favor in your sight, let this land be given to your servants for a possession. Don't bring us over the Jordan." Moses said to the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, "Shall your brothers go to war while you sit here? Why do you discourage the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which Yahweh has given them? Your fathers did so when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which Yahweh had given them. Yahweh's anger burned in that day, and he swore, saying, "Surely none of the men who come out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, because they have followed Yahweh completely." Yahweh's anger burned against Israel, and he made them wander back and forth in the wilderness for 40 years, until all the generation who had done evil in Yahweh's sight was consumed. Behold, you have risen up in your father's place, an increase of sinful men, to increase the fierce anger of Yahweh towards Israel. For if you turn away after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and you will destroy all these people. They came near to him and said, "We will build sheepfolds here for our livestock, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will be ready armed to go before the children of Israel, until we have brought them to their place. Our little ones shall dwell in the fortified city, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our houses until the children of Israel have all received their inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on the other side of the Jordan and beyond, because our inheritance has come to us on this side of the Jordan, eastward." Moses said to them, "If you will do this thing, if you will arm yourselves to go before Yahweh to the war, and every one of your armed men will pass over the Jordan before Yahweh until he has driven out his enemies from before him, and the land is subdued before Yahweh, then afterward you shall return, and be clear of obligation to Yahweh and to Israel. Then this land shall be your possession before Yahweh. But if you do not do so, behold, you have sinned against Yahweh, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build cities for your little ones, and fold your sheep, and do that which has proceeded out of your mouth." The children of Gad and the children of Reuben spoke to Moses, saying, "Your servants will do as my lord commands. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our livestock shall be there in the city of Gilead. But your servants will pass over every man who is armed for war before Yahweh to battle, as my lord says." So Moses commanded concerning them to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' households of the tribe of the children of Israel. Moses said to them, "If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over the Jordan, every man who is armed to battle before Yahweh, and the land is subdued before you, then you shall give them the land of Gilead for a possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan." The children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, "As Yahweh has said to your servants, so we will do. We will pass over armed before Yahweh into the land of Canaan, and the possession of our inheritance shall remain with us beyond the Jordan." Moses gave to them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land according to its cities and borders, even the cities of the surrounding land. The children of Gad built Dibon, Ataroth, Aroer, Ashroth-Shipponah, Jazer, Jogbennah, Beth Nimrah, and Beth Haran, fortified cities and folds for sheep. The children of Reuben built Heshbon, Elileh, Kirithaim, Nebo, and Baal-meon, the names being changed, and Sibmah. They gave other names to the cities which they built. The children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead, took it, and dispossessed the Amorites who were therein. Moses gave Gilead to Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he lived therein. Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took its villages, and called them Havoth-Jair. Nobah went and took Kenath and its villages, and called it Nobah, after his own name. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, when they went out of the land of Egypt by their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. Moses wrote the starting points of their journeys by the commandment of Yahweh. These are their journeys according to their starting points. They travelled from Ramses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month. On the next day after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians, while the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn, whom Yahweh had struck among them. Yahweh also executed judgment on their guards. The children of Israel travelled from Ramses and encamped in Succoth. They travelled from Succoth and encamped in Etham, which is in the edge of the wilderness. They travelled from Etham and turned back to Phahiroth, which is before Baal-zephon, and they encamped before Migdol. They travelled from before Hahiroth and crossed through the middle of the sea into the wilderness. They went 3 days' journey into the wilderness of Etham and encamped in Marah. They travelled from Marah and came to Elim. In Elim there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there. They travelled from Elim and encamped by the Red Sea. They travelled from the Red Sea and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. They travelled from the wilderness of Sin, and they encamped in Dophkah. And they travelled from Dophkah and encamped in Alush. They travelled from Alush and encamped in Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. They travelled from Rephidim and encamped in the wilderness of Sinai. They travelled from the wilderness of Sinai and encamped in Kibroth-Hattaavah. They travelled from Kibroth-Hattaavah and encamped in Hazeroth. They travelled from Hazeroth and encamped in Rithmah. They travelled from Rithmah and encamped in Rimmon-Perez. They travelled from Rimmon-Perez and encamped in Libnah. They travelled from Libnah and encamped in Rissah. They travelled from Rissah and encamped in Kelahath. They travelled from Kelalatha and encamped in Mount Shephar. They travelled from Mount Shepher and encamped in Heridah. They travelled from Heridah and encamped in Machaloth. They travelled from Machaloth and encamped in Tahath. They travelled from Tahath and encamped in Terah. They travelled from Terah and encamped in Mikath. They travelled from Mikath and encamped in Hashmonah. They travelled from Hashmonah and encamped in Meseroth. They travelled from Meseroth and encamped in Bene Jaakan. They travelled from Bene Jaakan and encamped in Hor-Haggadad. They travelled from Hor-Haggadad and encamped in Jotbatha. They travelled from Jotbatha and encamped in Abranah. They travelled from Abranah and encamped in Ezion-Geber. They travelled from Ezion-Geber and encamped in Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. They travelled from Kadesh and encamped in Mount Hor in the edge of the land of Edom. Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of Yahweh and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel had come out of the land of Egypt, in the 5th month, on the first day of the month. Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. The Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the south and in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. They travelled from Mount Hor and encamped in Zalmanah. They travelled from Zalmanah and encamped in Punon. They travelled from Punon and encamped in Oboth. They travelled from Oboth and encamped in Lair-Abrim, in the border of Moab. They travelled from Elim and escaped into Dibon-Gad. They travelled from Dibon-Gad and encamped in Almon-Diblathaim. They travelled from Almon-Diblathaim and encamped in the mountains of Arabiam, before Nebo. They travelled from the mountains of Arabim and encamped in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. They encamped by the Jordan from Beth-Jimmoth even to Abel-Shittim in the plains of Moab. Yahweh spoke to Moses in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, when you pass over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Destroy all their stone idols, destroy all their molten images, and demolish all their high places. You shall take possession of the land and dwell therein, for I have given the land to you to possess it. You shall inherit the land by lot, according to your families. To the larger groups you shall give a larger inheritance, and to the smaller you shall give a smaller inheritance. Wherever the lot falls to any man, that shall be his. You shall inherit according to the tribes of your families. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then those you let remain of them will be like pricks in your eyes and thorns in your sides. They will harass you in the land in which you dwell. It shall happen that as I thought to do to them, so I will do to you." Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Command the children of Israel and tell them, when you come into the land of Canaan, that is, the land shall fall to you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan according to its borders. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along by the side of Edom, and your south border shall be from the end of the Salt Sea eastward. Your border shall turn about southward on the ascent of Akirib, and pass along to Zin. And it shall pass southward of Kadesh Barnea, and it shall go from there to Hazar-Adah, and pass from Azmon. The border shall turn about from Azmon to the brook of Egypt, and it shall end by the sea. For the western border you shall have the great sea and its border. This shall be your west border. This shall be your north border. From the great sea you shall mark out for yourself Mount Hor. From Mount Hor you shall mark out the entrance of Hamath, and the border shall pass by Zedad. Then the border shall go to Ziphron, and it shall end at Hazar-Enan. This shall be your north border. You shall mark out your east border from Hazar-Enan to Shephem. The border shall go down from Shephem to Riblah on the east side of Ain. The border shall go down and shall reach the side of the sea at Chinnereth eastward. The border shall go down to the Jordan and end at the Salt Sea. This shall be your land according to its border around it. Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which you shall inherit by lot, which Yahweh has commanded to give the 9 tribes, and to the half-tribe, for the tribe of the children of Reuben according to the fathers' houses, the tribe of the children of Gad according to their fathers' houses, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. The 2 tribes and the half-tribe have received their inheritance beyond the Jordan at Jericho eastward, toward the sunrise. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, These are the names of the men who shall divide the land for you for inheritance: Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. You shall take 1 prince of every tribe to divide the land for inheritance. These are the names of the men: of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel the son of Amhud; of the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad the son of Chislon; of the tribe of children of Dan, a prince, Buki the son of Jogli; of the children of Joseph, of the tribe of the children of Manasseh, a prince, Haniel the son of Ephod; of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, a prince, Kemuel the son of Jiphthan; of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, a prince, Elizaph the son of Parnach; of the tribe of the children of Issachar, a prince, Paltiel the son of Azan; of the tribe of the children of Asher, a prince, Ahihud the son of Shelmoni; of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, a prince, Pedahel the son of Ammihud. These are those whom Yahweh commanded to divide the inheritance to the children of Israel